Today we're going to be talking about the 10 most common mistakes foreigners make when moving to Thailand. So today I'm out in beautiful Phuket at a nice viewpoint out here. And actually, just before we get into it, look at this view. Come on, man, you can't tell me you don't want to come out here. So about a year ago, I left Los Angeles, where I was living for the past about 4 years, to come to Thailand. I came out here on vacation 2 different times, loved it, and I was like, I gotta come out here. It's golden. But there's so many mistakes I made along the way, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So really one of the first mistakes I see people make when they come out here, and it's honestly probably the most common one, thinking that moving to Thailand can fix all your problems. There's an old saying that where you go is where you are, basically meaning that if you go somewhere, your problems are gonna come with you. If you got financial issues, relationship issues, therapy issues, they're not gonna leave you when you come to a new place. I see it all the time. People who have drug problems move to Thailand. People have financial problems move to Thailand. I actually remember recently I went to this place to get my hair done, and this dude basically had a whole bunch of debt from his country, being chased out of his country, and moved to Thailand thinking that, you know, the people he owed money to wouldn't follow him. It's not gonna make a difference. If you come to Thailand, I don't think it's gonna alter your problems and make them go away. It's unfortunately not. I wish that was the case. Now, the second one is that Thailand is not as cheap as you think it is. So depending on where you're at in Thailand can heavily alter the price for things. If you're in Bangkok, for example, you can go out to the club and spend like up towards of $500 a night, or at the same time, if you go to somewhere like Ao Nang or some of the islands where it's gonna be substantially cheaper, you can spend nothing on a club night, you know, a couple hundred baht, which is basically like a couple dollars USD. So depending on where you are and where you go, it's gonna heavily change how much money you're gonna actually be spending. But that also doesn't mean that Thailand isn't cheaper, because it definitely 100% is in comparison to the United States. I would say Thailand is about a fourth cheaper than the United States overall in terms of like food, gas, rents, everything. It's gonna be about a fourth cheaper. So it's gonna be pretty cheaper in comparison to the United States. But you definitely gotta make sure that you're watching your funds when you're out here. One thing I love about Thailand is like there's so many things to see, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times in the US, there's not really much to do or see, you know? Go to the grocery store, go to the club, maybe there's like an event or something, you know, an outing sort of thing, but like there's not really much like history or things to see. At least as much in comparison to Thailand, at least in my opinion. And the next one I see people do this one all the time, and this specifically applies to the men, is getting in relationships too fast. Just like anywhere you go, Thailand is gonna have good people and bad people. I can speak from personal experience. I was dating this girl for a while, thought we were cool, thought me and her were locked in, you know what I mean? We would talk all the time, da-da-da. Ended up finding out she had very bad intentions, was not a good person. Obviously, I dropped her instantly, but it's one of those things you have to live and you learn. Thai people are gonna think very differently than you, they're gonna act very differently than you, and the way they go about deceiving you is gonna be very different, you know what I mean? So it's really good to take it slow with people, you know what I mean? Not hop into stuff too fast, really get to know who people are, to know if they're really for you. There's a lot of good people in Thailand, especially in comparison to the United States, at least in my opinion. But there's also gonna be equally as bad as many not so good people. So it's gonna be up to you to learn how to weed people out and know if they're really for you or not for you. Now the next one is for my health junkies like me, which is the gym. All right, so Thailand, when it comes to gyms, is gonna be very different than the United States, specifically because gyms here aren't necessarily affordable or made to be affordable like they are in the United States. In the US, for example, you can pretty much get a gym membership basically anywhere for like 20 to 40 bucks maybe. Thailand, not like that. And especially the more you go outside of the bigger cities like Bangkok, the more the prices for gyms will go up substantially. So I know in Phuket, I only know like 1 or 2 gyms that you can get for 40 USD a month that are like even worth it. Pretty much every other gym is gonna be like a Muay Thai gym or really unnecessarily expensive. You know, it is a gym. Unless it comes with like free massages every day, I'm not paying you 200 USD for monthly gym membership payments. So if you're definitely going to the gym every day, which I would highly suggest, keeps your mental good, keeps you really in shape, you definitely wanna make sure that you're finding a good gym. I would say the most you should be spending on a gym at any time is about 40 USD. I find that gyms that are in the 40 USD range are still good gyms, you know what I mean? But they're not gonna be the hyper unnecessarily premium gyms. There's a lot of gyms that throw in extra stuff that you really don't use. Like for example, even at my gym, we have a spa. I only use that spa once every now and then, you know what I mean? It's not something I'm using all the time. And along with that, a lot of people that are Thai, since gyms are kind of considered a more like luxury expense, you won't generally see them going to the gym that much. It's mostly like a foreigner thing. And if they do, it's gonna be something else where they're training on the side with somebody personally, or they're kind of training on their own. So if you're trying to do something like find a personal trainer or something in that lane, definitely wanna make sure you're finding a good gym, because trust me, it will save you so much money in the long run and so much headache, because a lot of times gyms will have unnecessary payment methods where you can only pay them in cash and only on the certain days and whatever. You wanna avoid those issues. Just find a good gym, make your life easier. Now the next one is food. So food in Thailand is really good. Trust me, people sleep on the food here. Definitely as an American, when I came here, that was one of my main concerns. It's like, hey, they're not gonna have anything I can eat because on top of that, I'm vegetarian. But they actually have surprisingly a lot I can eat. I would say not as much as the US does, like a lot, not as much as the US does, but definitely still a lot of good dishes that you can eat. And I would say the main thing to keep in mind is like it's very diverse here. So for example, in Phuket, especially in the Patong region, you'll find the most diverse food. Once you kind of go outside the Patong region, it's gonna get a lot more just strictly Thai as far as like what you can eat, which for me is a little difficult because Thai food basically I can't eat because no vegetarian dishes. Look at this little kid. One thing I love about Thai kids is like they be so adventurous. But making sure just to take in the cuisine and try all the different food they have to offer. There's so much different food in Thailand. If you're in Bangkok, it's going to be majority Thai food, Chinese food, and Japanese food. Now, obviously, you know, Singaporean, Indonesian, other Southeast Asian cultures. You won't really find so much other influences from other places. In the islands like Phuket and so forth, that's where you're going to get more like Russian, Ethiopian, Egyptian, the whole smorgasbord, Turkish, Finnish food coming over, just because Phuket is closer to those places than Bangkok obviously is. Now the next one, I would obviously say this is the most important, is making sure you have income when you come to Thailand. So I see so many people do this where they come over here with like a little bit of money, 5,000 USD, and think they're gonna be able to survive for months on end, years on end. You're gonna need a lot of money and money when you come here to actually stabilize yourself. So if you're interested in learning skills to help you actually get money, such as learning how to code, I actually do offer one-on-one monthly mentorships where basically we meet up once a week. I teach how to code from scratch, starting from the bare basics. If you never coded in your life or have no computer skills, in a couple months, you will be a coding genius and be able to apply for your first job and get that sweet, sweet remote money. So if you're interested in that, you can find a link for it in the description for that as well. Also, if you just have general questions about Thailand and want to inquire about different things like visas and all the things you're gonna need when you get here, because trust me, there's a lot of stuff you would definitely not find online, and majority of stuff I would say actually you not find online, because in Thailand, everything is spoken, never typed down. You can also set up one-on-one meetings with me where we can talk face-to-face, one-on-one, and that way you can get all the information you need. But trust me, you definitely want to make sure you have remote income when you come here, coming in monthly. I would say in general, you're gonna need about 1,500 to 2,000 USD coming into your bank account every month to be able to survive, or at least have substantial, significant savings. Because trust me, when you come here, all the financial responsibilities you have back home are not gonna dissipate. You're still gonna have to pay them off. So by having money coming in and also money saved, that will get you the best opportunity to really enjoy your time in Thailand. And also having a good remote job that makes it easy for you to work remotely without any difficulty will also make your life so much easier. And the last one that you should consider is your condo or apartment that you buy. So I see so many people on YouTube suggesting you go to these like high rise, $500, $400, $600 a month apartments where they have like every convenience you ever want inside the apartment. They'll have the pool, laundry, a study area, whatever, all for $500. So even though that is really useful, a lot of these things you can find just around for free and a short distance from you. I'm not gonna say that's gonna be as convenient as having in your apartment, because it definitely is not going to be. But what you get in exchange for giving up that kind of like luxury condo experience when you go to an older condo is space. So my condo is like 70 square meters, something like that, and I pay 500 and change a month, including utilities. So relatively, it's substantially less money. And what I get for not having the like standard luxury experiences is just a lot more space. Because the one thing you don't want to do is be in your apartment and essentially be living in a box just because there's a laundromat downstairs when you can just pay 200, 300 baht to have someone come pick up your laundry bi-weekly, clean it and bring it back to you. It just doesn't make any sense. So if you really kind of break down the prices of each thing you're paying for and how much you would just pay for those if you just paid some service for it, you would see that you're actually paying about 3 times as much for those services. So for example, my condo is like 3 minutes from the beach. So me paying for a pool when I can just go to the beach 3 minutes away, like it doesn't make any sense. There's a laundromat 1 minute away and I just pay somebody to come pick up my laundry bi-weekly, do it and bring it back to me, and it's like 200, 300 baht, per time, so 600 baht a month. So basically nothing. And then if, for example, as far as like getting a study area or someplace to do my work, there's one that's like a 3-minute drive away and it's free. So the point is, I'm not saying like I'm trying to cut costs, but just like the price that you're going to end up paying for those things is just so substantially higher when those places are available everywhere, and usually they're always free, you know what I mean? And you get a better experience, you know what I mean? Because trust me, at your indoor luxury condo one, they're not going to be serving you snacks, you know what I mean? You go to a shop and you can get the same thing, and better, and usually better than that. All right, guys, that's going to end it for today's video. If you guys want videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment about what you guys want to know about Thailand. And like I said, if you're interested in that one-on-one by hand coding mentorship, you'll find a link for that in the description below. Would highly recommend it if you're trying to get successful long-term remote work and not pay, you know, the university price for the same thing I'm just going to teach you. And also you'll get real hands-on knowledge about what you're actually going to need to work in the tech field. Or if you're trying to figure out what you're going to need when you move to Thailand, in the same description down below, you're going to find a link to set up a one-on-one meeting with me where we can talk and I can give you all the information you're going to need. But if you're like me and you're black, maybe you want a video like this on finding out what it's like to be black in Thailand. Or if you're trying to figure out more information about visas, you can find my video over here on visas. But either case, I'll see you guys next time. Wow.